Okay guys, today we are making a vegetable pilau, and this dish is absolutely perfect for any sort of occasion, birthdays, parties, anything like that. And I'm going to show you how to get the rice absolutely perfect. So once you learn the foundational principles behind how to make the rice perfect, you can use it to make any type of pilau kind of dish where it's like a one pot rice dish. And after that, if you do get the rice perfect, I want you to put it down in the comment section. Imran, big fat hug for you. And in this case, it's just a vegetable pilau. So it's got vegetables in there, vegetarian and vegan. Well, I put ghee in there. So I don't know about that. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the rice, and I've got extra long grain basmati rice, the black packet by Layla brand. They're very good. You should definitely get them. I've got no sponsorship on this, by the way, just saying. But 1.5 mugs of rice. We're going to go and wash that 3 times until the water turns clear, and then we're going to let it soak for around 45 to 60 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to chop up 2 large onions. These were flipping spicy, man. So I'm just putting it in a plate. I'm putting it aside because it's burning my eyeball if I was cutting everything else whilst that's on the chopping board. So anyways, tomato, remove the booty hole like we normally do, and then we just slice it and it looks like this. And then next we're going to heat up 1.5 tablespoons of ghee and then 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and then we're going to go in with the whole spices. So we've got 3 whole cloves, 3 bay leaves, half a tablespoon of black peppercorns and 1 cinnamon stick. We're going to throw that in and we're going to shimmy that around for like 20 seconds. This is like on a medium heat. Then we're going to go in with the onions and we're going to cook this. Now we're not going to add any salt or anything because we don't want the onions to soften and break down and become watery. We want them to get crispy. So we're going to cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes until it starts crisping up a little and start becoming a bit more golden. Now also, you don't want to stir it too much, like stir it here and there, like to prevent sticking, but you just want to let the oil do its work and start allowing it to crisp up a little. Now in the meantime, we're going to prep these baby potatoes. Now you just want to cut it like into that size. I don't know what the hell that is, but that size. And the one that I got in my hand right now is like too small to cut in half, so I just like stabbed it with the knife to make sure it can like cook through properly. And then we're going to prep the coriander, and this is basically all the prep work done, guys. It's super easy, man. Honestly. So we're going to go back to the onions, and we've got this garlic and ginger block by Taj. You can use obviously fresh garlic, do like 7 cloves and 1 thumb size piece of ginger if you want. But we're going to keep cooking the onions. Can you see how they're becoming brown now and a bit more crisp? And then we're going to go in with the garlic and ginger block and cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes until it dissolves and soften the onions a bit more so it looks like that. And this entire process took me like 20 to 25 minutes, so be patient. A flipping tomato had to jump off my knife. Anyway, you can throw the tomato in there and cook that for like 6 to 8 minutes until the tomato soften. Again, this is all on like a medium heat. So we're going to break it down a bit further like this. As you can see, I'm stabbing it with the spatula. It's not very effective, but it kind of works. Now at this point, we're going to go in with a large pinch of salt. Now that salt is going to also salt the potato that you see on the right hand side, and also some frozen veg that we're going to put in. So you make sure you put in a decent amount of salt. And then we're going to go spices. So I've got 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 3/4 teaspoon of garam masala, and 1.5 teaspoon of coriander powder. We're going to throw that in and then give it a bit of a mix. And I cooked it a bit, then it was like getting a bit dry, as you can see. So I said, let's add a splash of water. And this is what it is, guys. Just cook it and then adapt as you go. Not everything like an exact science or down to a T. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to go in with the potatoes, and I've got like 2 large handfuls of mixed frozen vegetables. And then I'm going to go 3 to 4 green chilies and mix that through. You're going to cook this all off for like 2 minutes. And then we're going to go in with another splash of water because it helps to distribute the spices evenly throughout the dish, man. Also, the vegetable that I put in, I actually defrosted it a bit by putting boiling water on it, and then drain the water and then put the vegetables in. Anyway, you're going to simmer this on low heat for 20 minutes so the potatoes are softened but firm, because you're going to add water and it's going to boil a bit and you're going to steam the entire thing as well. So it's going to finish cooking then. So make sure the potatoes are done like 98.371% done. Do you know what I mean? You can use a spoon to check like I'm doing there. Just like stab it a bit and see, okay, it's soft but not like mushy peas. And then from there, you're going to put in 1.5 mugs of boiling water and 1/4 more, like a splash more I usually say, but 1/4 more. So 1 3/4 mug of boiling water, because we had 1.5 mugs of rice. That's the ratio I use, 1 to 1 with a splash more. So we're going to add that in, bring that up to boil, as you can see, yeah, time lapse. And then the rice, soaked rice, goes in. And then we're going to stir that through, and don't waste all the bits. Make sure you get it all from the bowl, because we don't waste food around here. And then we're going to do a large pinch of salt, and then high heat, guys. High heat. We're going to keep stirring gently, but don't like over stir. Like stir and then wait a bit, then stir and carry on. And then you're going to keep doing it until all the water evaporates and it starts looking something like this. Okay, and at this point, turn the heat off. Turn the heat off and just move it around a bit, evenly distribute all of the rice, and then we're going to be ready to steam this entire thing. So we're going to put coriander on there. This is optional, but I just put coriander there for aesthetic purposes a bit. And then you're going to go foil. It's going to be a hot pan, so be careful. I cannot be responsible for your stupidity. Sorry, that's just wrong of me to say, but just be careful. So you're going to put the foil on, and then we're going to go cloth, tablecloth, because that's going to form a tighter seal around the pan, because it's like softer than the foil. So you can put the lid on, fold the edges up so they don't burn when you're steaming it. And then I'm going to put the low hob on as I'm doing there. That's a heavy pan, by the way, be careful. And then you're going to put it on there. I'm going to steam it for 20 minutes on low heat. And then after the 20 minutes is done, don't rush, chill. Okay, let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. Like, take the heat off, let it rest, and then take everything off like I'm doing here. Take this off, and you got perfect rice. You're only steaming, can you see? Just fluffing up, nothing sticking together. Now, you might have some bits that are broken here and there. It's fine. As long as it's not mush and it's not sticking and nothing's undercooked, then we're all good. So you're going to top it off with some coriander, and this is final product, guys. Okay guys, now that the dish is done, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to make this entire thing perfect. And obviously we're going to start with tip 1, which is going to be rice. So the first thing is that I use extra long grain basmati rice. So it's a black packet, it's by Layla. Like, the grains are very long and they curl. So it makes the aesthetics of the dish look absolutely beautiful, man. But also, if you did want to use just like basmati rice, normal basmati, that would work as well. But if you want to get really fluffy rice, then use extra long basmati rice. The second point, guys, is the ratio. Now, I have done some testing, I've done some experimentation. If you do want to make pilau or any sort of one pot dish, and this has worked with me with every single one pot dish, you're going to wash the rice. You're going to soak the rice for 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So I washed the rice. As it was soaking, I prepped the onions. I cooked the onions, cooked the tomatoes. And during that time, it took me like 45 minutes to an hour. And this specific method will only work if you soak the rice. I've done it without soaking the rice. I had to add more water later on to fix the dish. Soak the rice. And then I use 1.5 mugs of rice. Now the ratio I use is a 1-to-1 ratio. So I did 1.5 mugs of rice, 1.5 mugs of boiling water when I put it in. And then I add a splash more. So I add like 1/4 of a mug more. So I use 1 3/4 mug of boiling water, brought it all up to heat again. For some reason, you put boiling water in a pan, you can bring it back up to heat again. I don't understand the thermodynamics of that, man. Someone explain that to me in the comment section, please. Man, put the rice in, 1.5 mugs of rice, which have been soaked for 45 minutes, and then increase the heat to high and cook it for 2.5 to 4 minutes until all of that water dries up. That's it. Once it dries up, make sure you like move it around. Don't like be rough with it. Turn off the heat and then you just let it steam. Which brings me on to my next point. The steaming process is essential. So you can actually just use the cloth, but I use foil then the cloth because I don't want to get the cloth dirty and I'm a bit lazy like that. But once you do that, put the lid on and press it down. Make sure all the sides are sealed. And because the cloth is soft, it allows like a better seal to form around the pan. So no steam is escaping. Then you're going to put it on low heat for 20 minutes and then you're going to let it rest. This is important. Let it rest for like 15 to 20 minutes. And then you come back, take it off, it's all steaming, you fluff it up and you enjoy, man. So anyways, guys, that's about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And also, my curry cookbook is out if you don't know already. And it's got chicken pilau and meat pilau recipe in there. So you should definitely get it, worth every single penny. And I'll see you in the next one.